Scrappy friends, and a big welcome to my channel today. So firstly, this is day 21 of my video a day in May, and this layer is for Cut to You. As you saw at the beginning there, I've used two cut files. My title, which is Rad Like Dad, which was part of the Father's Day release, mini release I think it was, last year. But I thought this was the perfect match for this particular photo of my husband and my children. And I've also used the superhero page builder. So I was inspired by the one and only Tamara from our design team. Hi Tam, if you're watching. She is like the queen of working with craft cardstock and adding in pops of black. When I saw her most recent craft cardstock layout, I just went, that's it, I'm working with craft. So that is how I ended up here. When I had my cut file and my photo laid out on this page, I felt like it needed a little something extra in the background. So I went ahead and cut those two speech bubbles from the superhero page builder cut file set. Again, that's on a Vicki Boutin pattern paper. And I'm used the Let's Wander Vicki Boutin collection to back my the other cut file. I've used the red and the blue from the 6x8 paper pad. So the other thing that I really wanted to include is that camera that I've got there from the ephemera pack. I have trimmed off a lot of the white border that was on there, but as I was looking at what I had on my page, I was like, I need to bring in some more of this tealy light blue aqua-y colour. So I thought I would do that with some mixed media. You saw that I used my pencil and just traced around where my two speech bubble burst things are going. And then I also traced, made a couple of lines where my camera was going. And you can see I am literally just squirting my spray straight onto my cardstock, which has not been treated in any way with any gesso or anything. I'm using some packaging to smush it around, and you can see that I've sprayed essentially a straight line straight across the middle of both of those circle areas, because I know that's where those cutout words are going to be, and I really want the colour to be quite obvious through those words. The colour that I've used here is it's a shimmers, it is a colourings, and it's called Well Blue Me Down. So you can see there, I'm just making sure that I've got the colour where I want it. I'm really happy with how that's looking. And I'm going to pop my background aside to dry, I think. Yes. So I'm pretty sure that's all dry now. I'm going to come in with some splatters. So this is that same colour, Well Blue Me Down. And I'm just adding splatters, remembering that most of this is going to be covered up with the cut files and the photo. So I am adding a ton of splatters, and it looks like a lot, but it actually isn't when the page is said and done. So while I was working on this, I was thinking about what else I wanted to add. I've got the darker blues in the cut file, and I've got the red in the cut file, and the photograph I'm scrapping is a photo of, like I said, my husband and my two kids. When we first went into lockdown and we had to start wearing masks, my mother-in-law made some masks for all of us, and I love that she made my husband and children matching Spider-Man masks. I love them. They're awesome. I love that they have matching masks. Who would have thought masks would be a fashion statement? But anyway, so they have all got their matching Spider-Man masks on. I had to, it's mamarazzi, I had to take a photo. And I just read like Dad. I was like, that's just too good. It's just too perfect a cut file to not use. And as you saw, actually, I cut that in black. Something else that Tam does, pairs the black and the craft together. I'm using these same patterns that I used to back my cut file. And I'm just trimming a couple of pieces down that end up being about the same size as my photo. And I'm going to distress the edges. The red I didn't even measure, I just went, you know what, that'll do. I'm going to use my little tool thing there and distress my edges. And I think you see me add these papers, you'll see that I add them in one order and then I change them. I didn't realize until I was backing this photo, but my little guy is wearing a red shirt and my big guy is wearing like a mostly blue shirt. So I swapped around the red and the blue so that they were like on opposite sides of the photo. I've also got some gold foil behind, no, that's not gold foil, gold tissue paper behind my photo and some foam. What am I doing here? I'm going to add, this as my final layer behind my photo. I'm just tracing the edges because I've done that on everything else. And I'm just going to stick all this together. Alright, I decided that I wanted to add some more colour to my background here. I've got the gold tissue paper, so I was like, I'm going to add gold splatters, because why not? This colour scheme works with gold, everything works with gold. So just choosing my hide swap colour shine and adding gold splatters. And then what? I'm pretty sure I come in with a couple of other colours as well. Next I think I do the red. Yes, so I have got, this is another Colourings, and it is, it's another Shimmers Colourings My Bleeding Heart. And you can see I'm just adding lots of little splatters of that because I didn't want it to look like blood splatter, but it just gives a little pop to the background here. I'm going to use my paper towel to soak most of that up because I'm going to add some blue and I do not want purple. So you can see I've got my little tag swatch thingamajig there. I'm just trying to find a blue that's going to be a pretty close match to the darkest blue in those pattern papers, and I end up with another Shimmers Colourings Ahoy Matey. And so you can see I've just spritzed that onto my mat. I'm going to use that same paintbrush and add a few little splatters. And you can see I'm just like getting most of those splatters around the outside edge of where that mixed media is. And finally, because I've got the black cut file, I thought I would add in a little bit of black splatter as well. So I'm using my black India ink, and I found that it wasn't splattering quite as well as I wanted, so I've just added a drop of water and off I go. Again, just kind of keeping those splatters around the outside. And I'm really, really happy with how this background turns out. It looks like a bit of a meh at the moment, but I'm really, like I said, happy with how that turned out. This cardstock has actually also been cut down, I think like an inch on two sides or something. Just working out how I'm going to place all my bits. And I do pull out the T-square ruler. To start with, I thought I was going to layer my photo on top, and I think I end up changing that. I think this is going to get slipped in here. I really like how you can see those words. I am going to do something to make those more obvious. I actually ran out of room on my phone while I was recording though, so there is a bit of footage missing, but nothing detrimental to seeing this page come together. So what I have done here is I have stuck all my layers down. You can see I've added some gauze behind my photo. I've also got a gold marker, and I have outlined around the inside edge of those speech bubbles, so around the rays, and then I've also got the little pieces from the inside of those words and stuck those in place, and I have also outlined the words themselves with the gold pen as well. It just gives them a bit more definition, and adding in those little inside letter bits has really helped as well. I really wanted to add in a charms creation, and that one sits there for ages and I don't end up doing it. I end up taking it off because where I want to place it covers up too much of that word kaboom, so that is why it comes off, and that is the only reason why. I've got a few sticker sheets to the right there that I've pulled out. They're from another Vicki Boutin collection, I think Kaleidoscope, And so I've got that heart this that I've put right over the center of the camera, and then the photo op ahead. I mean, hello. They're wearing the same masks. How is this not a photo op? That black sticker says on the go, because we're not going to wear masks at home. And then this craft one says so cool. I'm like, yes. I've got these little tabs here that I'm going to pull out from the side here and add to the top. One of them is that tealy color, just in like a darker shade. I've also added one of those stickers to the right hand side of my photo cluster. I'm going to stick this down. I'm pretty sure I go in with some gold thread first. I'm going to stick that behind the photo op sticker. I do muck around with the thread for a little bit. And then I'm going to glue all these down. I realized when I was actually taking photos of this that I covered up so much of this camera. I can still tell what it is. I'm happy with it. But, oh well, these things happen. So I'm just adding some glue to those stickers. They're not sticking particularly well. And on that sticker that's on the right hand side of my photo, there's actually it's gold, but it's kind of holographic as well. And on the little black and gold tab thing at the top of my photo. So I want to add some more of that in. I've got these little stars, and I'm going to scatter these around the page. And again, I muck around with placement of these for a while. I think I don't make you watch all of it, but I may very well make you watch all of it. I'm not sure. But you can see the struggle is real. Where do I put the things? So yeah, I'm just going to use all those little gold stars, and they end up in 3 clusters. So essentially I'm working with those 2 speech burst superhero things as 2 clusters, and then the camera as my 3rd. And so they do end up amongst those. Like I said earlier in the video, this is day 21 of my video a day in May. I'm impressed with myself, I think. I'm doing well. I have learnt a few things about myself. It's definitely taught me a few things. And my biggest piece of advice is, if you are a fellow YouTuber, heck, if you are a fellow creator at all of any content that you enjoy sharing, give yourself more than a couple of days notice if you want to do anything a day. Some extra pre-planning probably would have been very, very helpful. But what this month has taught me is that I really do enjoy my time in my craft room, and that I really do need it for my sanity. So it has ensured that I am in here every single day doing something. Some days it looks like just photo editing or video editing, but I'm in here every single day. All right, so I have added my journaling, and I'm just showing you here. I'm going to add in some messy stitching with my machine, and you can see that here. I've used gold thread underneath both of those words and also on that camera. Make sure you head over to the Cut To You store to pick up these cut files. I love them. They're super fun. Yeah, I wasn't really sure that I would ever use this rad like dad, but then this photo, I love it. I hope you've enjoyed my share today. I hope you'll pop on by again tomorrow. A big welcome to all of my new subscribers. It's lovely to have you here. A big thank you to people that have hung around for a long time and have put up with me all month. Have a fantastic scrappy day. If you have any questions, please make sure you leave them below, and I will see you again tomorrow.